So I firmly believe in God's placed me someplace where I'm going to, it's obviously a passion for me. I was raised by a single mom. I was the eldest boy. I had to keep the house going. I had to, if something went wrong, I was the fix-it guy.
Man, that sounds so familiar. I was the oldest boy, single father. I was the one washing the dishes, cooking the food, that sort of thing. So
we just, when I show you if I were to show you the board, 70% of them are widows or single moms.
Yeah.
These people are left behind. Quite frankly, some of them, their husband just up and left after Harvey.
Yeah. And that's something, Ron, that it's easy to forget. I mean, it's easy to forget for like me or like you, happily married. I have kids. I have an intact family. And so during the pandemic, I'm there with my family, but there are a lot of people that are literally by themselves. And it's easy to forget about those people, but that's a potentially dangerous situation. We people that are by themselves for too long develop all sorts of problems if there's not people like you in the community to come and help them. So, and Ron, this is interesting to me because you were in the business world, you were very successful, you were comfortable, just like some of these Marine and military people I've talked to, just like Pastor Stevens, just like some other folks. You didn't have to do what you did. I mean, you didn't have to become the executive director of a nonprofit. You could have just stayed in the private industry, made your money, helped a little bit, and retired. So what was it that drew you fundamentally? What was it that drew you out of your comfortable business life into what I think most people would say is a pretty difficult job? I mean, you're dealing with people every single day that have very, very difficult stuff going on in their lives. So it must have been something really fundamental that drew you to this.
Well, I think I would have to say it goes back to my sister, the eldest of the five that I spoke about. She was very, very, very successful in the aerospace world in California, and she got cancer. The breast cancer kind of got a hold of her. She fought it off twice.
Yeah.
And it came around the third time, and she besides outside of my wife, she was my best friend, and I had a moment when I was pretty angry at God for making her sick again, because I knew it was the end. And so anyway, so she sends me a kind of a spoken, not a testimony, but her story, her Jesus story. She was a believer, and we talked about it a lot. But this statement just sticks with me, that one day she was managing a bunch of people, and she had to let two people go, and she had to pick them, and she had a bunch of single parents, and she's like, I can't let them go.
Yeah.
I can't let them go. I don't see it. And so she actually took the layoff herself. And her company was like, no, we didn't want you to do it.
We didn't mean that. Not you. Yeah, not you.
She took the layoff, said, I can't do that. We all have passions for single parents because of our mom's history.
Yeah.
And so the thing said, she said, the next day I woke up and I thought to myself, I'm riding a tandem bike and I'm on the back and Jesus is on the front and I'm just going to pedal. And I asked him every morning, where are we going? He said, you'll see. And I knew at that point, I just needed to hear what he had to say to me, and we were going to go that direction.
And, Ron, one of the things is, I think, when you get called to something like that, you need to listen, right? Some people, they you'll feel this calling, but you'll want to kind of push it away because you're already living a comfortable life. You don't have to get involved in that. Somebody else can take care of it for you. And so there's a tendency sometimes, I think, when you get called to things, maybe to say, man, I don't know if I want to listen to that right now. So another important part of it, when you got called to do what you do, is actually listening to the message, right?
Right. I was climbing on the back of the of the bicycle. Actually, that bicycle is sitting in front of our little business out in Richmond, because that's what the story we want. We want people to know that's important to us. I honestly, I'll help. I really not care about your religion or your color or your race. When we come to help you in your home, we don't look at any of that. But you're sure going to know that I love the Lord. I love Jesus. You're going to know it. I won't change what I do for you, but you're going to know about it. And so I feel like that's been the change in my life. Just in the corporate world, it wasn't. I wasn't there yet. I enjoyed the success. I loved being the leader. I loved being the top guy. It was a great time in my life. But and quite frankly, being the top guy here that's not me. I mean, it's what we want to do. It's got to be KR. Katy Responds has got to be the important organization, not Ron, not Matt, not Curtis, not the people in it. We make up it, but